Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sara Dietschy, rhymes with Peachy. In this video, it is not sponsored by anyone, but hey, do you need a new podcast to listen to? Because I have one, That Creative Life. It brings you behind the scenes on how to build a creative business and just all around good conversations with people. This Monday is the episode with MKBHD, that's right, Marquez. So make sure you're subscribed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen. Let's get into the LG Gram 17. Look how big this is, and honestly, not very heavy because this is an LG Gram 17-inch unboxing. These are the newer iterations, 10th gen i7. Some updates on cooling and the keyboard. Where is my knife? I have to say, last year, a lot of people were doing videos on this guy, and I just didn't have time to get my hands on one. If you're not familiar with the LG Gram line, they are known for being super light. When I first saw this at CES, I picked it up, and I was like, yeah, I want to test this guy out, because 17 inches, you know, that size has kind of gone out of style, but a lot of times they're, you know, big and bulky laptops. The Razer Blade Pro 17 inch is the only one that I've played around with, and it's a big boy. It's a big boy, but then it, you know, also it's like a very pro laptop, and this is more of a 17 inch lightweight ultrabook because it has that 10th gen i7, but it's only the 15 watt mobile CPU. Opposed to the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 that I've actually been using a ton. This has the 25 watt i7, so we'll definitely have to test this out with productivity, creative apps. Again, under 3 pounds, super crazy light. I wish you guys could come here and hold it. It actually would be funny to compare these here, just for a little perspective. Oh, so here it is. What comes in the box is the charger, which honestly is a little disappointing. They still have a barrel charging when they have a USB-C Thunderbolt 3 port that you can charge through. So why not just have your charger be USB-C like every other laptop? Is this a dongle? Oh, okay, USB-C to Ethernet dongle. Because I think the port situation on this guy is actually really good. And then literature. All right, so the power button is also a fingerprint sensor. So let's turn this guy on. So I'm glad with the keyboard, they now have taken up more real estate with that full number pad. The keyboard feels good. There's traction. It's way better than what I'm used to on my Dell XPS 13. Man, I would have loved to seen a massive trackpad like on MacBooks, because this actually has that room. But the trackpad, you know, it's good. It's good. Okay, so let's get the specs out the way before I fire this up and actually use it in my day-to-day, because we're just not all about specs over here. Has the Intel Core i7, the mobile processor, 1.3 gigahertz clock speed. And again, this is the 15 watt CPU, not the 25. 17-inch display, Intel Iris Plus graphics, 16 gigabytes of memory.
Hey there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to
Cortana,
help.
shut, yeah.
A little sign in
Nope.
here, put
Nope.
your Wi-Fi there.
No. 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD, which is new. So this is faster storage, faster SSD. It has Wi-Fi 6, Thunderbolt 3, USB-C, and a variety of ports. I love me some ports. We got 2 USB Type A. We have a headphone jack, a micro SD. I mean, I would have preferred a full SD. Oh, another USB Type A, HDMI, and 1 USB-C Thunderbolt. 3 USB-As. So, well, this is the first time ever that I've been, is that too many USB-As? Maybe we could have used another USB-C? Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna get this up and running, change it to my go-to laptop over the next few days, and I will report back to you guys. Have you hit that subscribe button yet? So my family's been in town. Okay, John, you can get out now. That's all I wanted you for. I just wanted to
just a piece
This is
of
my
meat.
brother John. Okay, go. Listen, this is the first laptop that I've reviewed in a while that I'm not going to recommend to you pure content creators out there that need to video edit in the car, on the train, in your hotel. You know, it's not the top of the top performance, but you know who this is really clutch for?
Talking to me?
Yes.
Yes, I like it. Oh, it's so light.
The Genie Dietschys of the world who are productivity masters. They're in Microsoft Team, they're in Excel. What else do you do?
Word.
Word.
Outlook all day long.
Yes, a lot of typing. So the great keyboard and having a full numpad, and then also your eyes. They could be better, right?
It could be better.
17-inch display. Jeannie's played around with this.
I like
She's
it.
a fan.
I love the full-size number pad.
Yes. I would never recommend a 17-inch to you, but the fact that it's so light, it means she could actually travel with it. This is gonna be a productivity machine. So me personally, it wouldn't be my go-to, but as I've been doing my productivity stuff, Asana, Twitter, a Twitter timeline on this guy, doing Windows snapping with the multiple windows. And even though this isn't gonna be a beast for video editing, it does have USB Thunderbolt 3, so I feel like we should head to the office, plug in an eGPU, and see how it does. Okay, so this is a Sara Peachy laptop review, so we have to talk about video editing. When I started testing out this timeline, it's a normal video of mine, 1080 in Premiere 2019. And when you're moving around the timeline, cutting, speeding up, slowing down using JKL at half resolution, it's smooth. You don't have to worry about anything. But once you go to that full resolution, that's actually when you start to see performance slowing down. Now, initially when I unboxed this laptop, things were a little sluggish until I just wiped all of the LG software that comes on this, you know, the bloatware, did a fresh install, and now it's functioning like a normal laptop. You know, it's good. But just using this laptop, you're not gonna be able to successfully edit anything in 4K, but like content creation, it's good. It's crazy what a difference it makes in between the 15 watt and 25 watt i7 Intel GPU. The 25 watt is in my Dell XPS, and you really do see the performance differences. I edit on that thing all the time. But because this display is so pretty and it's pretty color accurate, and it's definitely glossy, you know, very glossy, but because of that, I was like, you know what, I need to give this guy a chance, because if you're doing 17 inches, that probably means this could be a good desktop setup when you're at home. You don't necessarily need that second display. So I have the Razer Core X eGPU, and we're gonna plug that in via the Thunderbolt 3 USB Type-C. What you're seeing is 1080 in a Premiere timeline gets super snappy. At full resolution, you can see it's using the CUDA renderer. And when it comes to exporting that same 1080 14-minute video, well, it does it in half the time. Having that dedicated graphics card obviously helps a ton. So if you're looking for a laptop with that big display that you can use, you know, on the go and also at home, instead of investing on a display to plug this in, I would for sure invest in an eGPU, and I'll link all of this down in the description below. And then light photo editing on the go, you can definitely do it. This is me going through some raw Leica Q2 pictures in Lightroom. These are upwards of 80 megabytes, so they're huge files. So as you can see, it's not like as fast as you would want it to be, but it's doable. Also, it is so good to see the increased SSD speeds from the previous version of the 17-inch laptop when I plugged in my external SSD to copy some footage over to the internal hard drive to do these tests. Well, we were getting speeds of 450 megabytes per second, which is, you know, what's advertised on that SSD when you buy it, but sometimes the internal SSD of these laptops kind of slows it down. So that's me clapping. That's good. Okay, so this is Google Stadia. It's gaming on the cloud. Adam and I actually did an entire video testing this out. There's a lot of quirks, right? You gotta pay the upfront $129 for the controller, even if you're gonna game with a mouse like Adam. So it's pretty expensive, and then after that it's $9.99 to keep up with it. but they have games like Destiny 2, that's what he's playing right now. And we're realizing that, hey, this port situation is great. There's 3 USB type A. However, in order for Google Stadia to really run smooth, you need Ethernet. Because it relies on the internet, not how powerful your computer is, you're still gonna probably have to go out of your way to plug in via Ethernet. So I would totally trade in that 3rd USB-A for an Ethernet port, or even another USB-C Thunderbolt 3. And the speakers, full volume, are actually good when they're on a hard surface. When they were actually on my lap, like a laptop, they're kind of bad. Because they're underneath the laptop. That's understandable.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't notice any difference. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's extremely seamless.
So for all the crap that Google Stadia is getting because of that upfront cost, you can't just sign up to the $9.99 and start playing with your mouse. It runs super smooth no matter what computer you're using. Of course, this is a brand new laptop, but it has that 15-watt i7. It's not super powerful. It doesn't have dedicated graphics. It's the Intel Iris Plus graphics. So this is not an ideal laptop to game on. I just wouldn't recommend it. But Google Stadia, here we are again. It's better gaming 17 inches on this than when we were with the Dell XPS 13. It's definitely a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna kick it to future Sara for final thoughts, because I've been using this laptop for over a week now, and I think it's just time to get this video done. Okay, what did y'all think? Wrapping up some closing thoughts. Now they do have a bigger battery in here, right? The 80 watt hour battery. They're advertising 17 hours of battery life, but all of those benchmarks are basically, you know, at 50% brightness and yada, yada, yada. So practically speaking, I got about 6 to 8 hours of battery life using it on and off for productivity, creation, all of those types of things, which I would say is pretty darn good. I'm so used to heavy duty aluminum laptops, so it's crazy that this magnesium alloy body, it's like flexible. Do you see that? On their website, you know, they say it's military grade strength. Not sure what that means, but hey, no initial problems. It seems pretty sturdy. One of the most important things to talk about, how expensive is this? Well, it is $1,849. So if we compare it to other laptops on the market for sheer performance, well, it's not that great. That's a pretty steep price for a 100%, you know, productivity laptop. So you're paying for the full package of a large screen, a very lightweight laptop with the full keyboard, really thin profile, and ports. You know, this price, it's up to you. Are all those things that I just mentioned worth that price tag? You know, I keep mentioning that in terms of performance, it's not like the best laptop ever, and that's because usual things that I would do, like recording my screen via OBS. When I wanted to show window snapping, I started recording my screen via OBS and it literally just stopped everything to a halt. I could barely even go in between my 3 Chrome tabs. So this is the type of computer that like 10 Chrome tabs will defeat it. Like it's over. Overall, I am a big fan of this line. This is something that's really unique in the market, how light it is. There is a 15-inch and a 2-in-1 version of it. I am curious to see over the next few years how this whole category of laptops is going to be shaken up, because AMD is releasing a 15-watt 8-core processor pretty soon, which it's kind of just like, and they're always super competitive with their pricing, so it's like, interesting. Listen, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this laptop, and thank you for patience. Laptop reviews take me so long to do because I actually use them. It takes me sometimes weeks to really formulate my thoughts and make sure that I'm clearly informing you guys before you make a purchase. So as always, let me know if you like this video and hit that subscribe button. Tune in every single Monday to my podcast, That Creative Life, again, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And until next time, guys, stay peachy. Okay, bye.